Hello everyone, welcome into my channel. This is Firestorm Shan at the Phoenix Arc Tarot and the Highways and the Byways Metaphysical Paranormal Research Shop. I'm going to be doing an all signs reading. I will timestamp your zodiac sign in the description box below. It will not be in the comments, it will be in the description box, so you have to click the little arrow down and it'll drop down the screen, and then you'll be able to see all the different timestamps and you can click on your zodiac sign. I'd also recommend you check out your rising and your moon signs as well, and then if you feel up to it, you can also look at your Venus and other placements, or I might be talking to a cross watcher. The purpose of this reading is to celebrate winter solstice. Today is December the 21st, 2025. And so today is what we call the sacred pause. It is where the night and the day really match each other's energy, like one-on-one. It's the longest day and the longest night at the same time. It's like where the sun starts to move, towards summer. So I pulled the sun card here to encourage the energy so of this winter solstice. Now, this is a powerful time for us to transition from darkness to light. Okay, we are leaving Sagittarius in season, and we are entering Capricorn season. So we're going to start with Capricorn. Happy birthday, Capricorn. And so what this is going to feel like for us is a little more of a grounded, practical energy versus an adventurous, passionate, fiery one coming out of the fire sign. We're moving in Sagittarius because we're moving into an earth sign. So this is a potent time for introspection and setting long-term intentions. It's also a time to embrace resilience and rebirth. The sacred pause, it allows us to have a time of deep reflection over the past year, processing lessons learned and letting go of what no longer serves us, or who our true identity is best said. So how you can honor this energy is to do some reflection and some journaling. So I would suggest you get a journal out and you make some keynotes from your sun, moon, rising, if you'd like your Venus as well, and hopefully there'll be some messages in here for you. It's also a good time to do some rituals and intention settings. So I am going to do, at the end of this reading, a collective candle ritual where we're going to burn the things that are no longer serving us on a piece of paper in this dish, okay? They want us to look at this time as a time to embrace the yin, the more of the feminine energy of winter, and really to try and connect with nature and watch the transitions of, how things die and then how they're rebirthed again in the spring. So we're going to do a solstice spread. We're going to do 3 piles. One pile is going to be the darkness, and that's what needs to be acknowledged and or released, our shadow work, or what we need to give it a rest for. Our second pile, number 2, is going to be for the light, and that will be the sun. And this is where the inner spark or the potential is, your hope, okay? And then card number 3 is going to be the rebirth. This is what intention will you plant for the next year? So a rebirth requires an intention. So start thinking about the seeds you want to plant for next year, a new beginning, okay? All right. So with that said, that's our intro to the astrology part of this winter solstice introduction. I'm going to pause the video and we're going to timestamp starting with Capricorn. Hey Capricorn, happy birthday. I want to wish you many blessings, light, and love. Let's go ahead and start your reading. This is going to be your winter solstice. We're going to be doing a 3-card spread. The first spread is going to be talking about the darkness, our shadow sides. What do we need to acknowledge and what needs to be released? And then the second pile that we're going to do is the light, and this is what is our inner spark, and this is what is our hope, okay, our inner sun. And then we're going to do a third pile here with the rebirth. And this is what intentions, what seeds that we need to plant for the next year. We need to set our intentions for a new beginning and a rebirth. Okay, so let's go ahead, shuffle for Capricorn. Moonology deck is where we're going to start. What is the darkness for Capricorns? What is it that they need to know, acknowledge, or release at this time? Capricorn starts the winter solstice with us, so let's go ahead and see. Okay, the first card that is coming out is what needs released or acknowledged. And we have, it's a time to give rather than take. Okay, so Capricorn, it's a time to give and not take. This is a fellow Virgo energy. Okay, the Virgo energy is all about the day-by-day routines. It has to do with your health regimes, you know, from down to the grocery shopping, to taking care of the pets and vacuuming the house, and, you know. So what we need to do is, maybe if this is a shadow, we need to be more of a giver and less of a taker. So I don't know how to say that any differently, except for maybe I don't know. I mean, you guys know. New moon in Virgo, you could be dealing with a Virgo. Something about a day job, perhaps. Let's get some messages here from the sacred symbols on the same question. Why is it a time for the Capricorns to give rather than take? They need to acknowledge this as shadow work. Why does Capricorn need to give rather than take? We have growth. It was in the reverse. I'm going to put it in the upright. It's number 15, and I do read in numerology. That is a 6 in numerology, and Capricorns, that's a life path of a Capricorn. So they want you to acknowledge that it's time for you to grow by giving. Because when you give, you receive. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Shall God cause men to give into your bosom? Bible verse. You have to let it come out. It's whatever one channeling. So the darkness, this needs to be acknowledged. It's for your own spiritual growth, okay? I don't know why. That's not really answering why. Well, it kind of is. Let's ask the True Emotional deck. True Emotional deck. The darkness. Show me the darkness for Capricorn. What needs acknowledged or released? Acknowledged or released. Now, if you need to release being an overgiver, that could be possible as well. Because you could be hindering someone's growth. So plug it in as it resonates. You'll know which side of the spectrum that you're on. I could be talking to a sun, moon, or rising sign as well. Sex addiction. Some of you guys have a sex addiction. Rather to give than receive. A time to give than receive. I think you've outgrown it. If you have been dealing with a sex addiction problem, you've outgrown it. It's time to release it. It's time to give yourself what you truly deserve and grow. And this needs acknowledged. One more from the Tarot, please. This is the Witch's Tarot for Capricorn, please. What is it? Something that needs acknowledged or released? Shadow work. So maybe there's an issue with love that's more like, where's the love? Where's the romance? Maybe there's too much focus on sex. We do have an Empress here. Divine Feminine. They want us to focus on our Divine Feminine in this winter season. Remember, that's what the message was at the beginning. So, yeah. The Empress is all you need. Anything else would be overindulgent. You know, if you're having a problem with cheating or something like that, you know. Or porn, I'm hearing. Alright, let's talk about the light. Where is the inner spark or the potential for Capricorn? Inner spark for Capricorn. Where's the light here? And one more shuffle. Where's the inner spark? The light or the potential or the hope? A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Could be dealing with an Aries. This is your hope. This is the good stuff. This is the light. A fiery climax approaches. So this potential, this person has definitely, with being a fire sign, Mars is in Capricorn, and Mars does like Capricorn energy, and Mars is the ruler of Aries. Okay. I see a Taurus and a Libran as well on the board, or just an a woman, a mature woman. Right. This is the inner spark or the potential for Capricorn. Inner spark or the potential for Capricorn. Veiled. 38, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11. Actually, that's 11. This could be something to do with twin flame energy if you were looking for love. But something's being hidden. You're not seeing something clearly. Or someone else is not seeing. You're hoping that someone else doesn't see this or find this out about you. The inner spark or the potential is to hide something. Interesting. You never know how these are going to turn out, folks. Show me the light for Capricorn, the inner spark or the potential from the True Emotions deck. Some of you could be meeting an Empress and you're hoping she doesn't find out about your sex addiction if you do have an issue with this. Your dating lifestyle, I don't know. Bad credit or debt, unemployed. Something is going to spark you to take a look at your credit score next year. Because some of you are going to be hoping that you find new employment as well. Resolve some debt. It says unemployed, bad credit, but it can also be a bad reputation with the Empress as well. But this is the light. This is good stuff. So this is weird. Maybe this is what's coming to the surface. The sun exposes things too, y'all. Where's the inner spark? You're being sparked by this fiery climax. That's the spark. You're going to have to take a look at some debt issues. Yeah, Capricorn. For whoever this is resonating with. Okay. You know, not all of us are born with silver spoons in our mouth. Tarot, please. What is the light or the inner spark, the potential for Capricorn in this winter solstice season? Two of Swords again. That's twice you've pulled the Two of Swords. Veiled is the same as Two of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. I'm going to take it as a little message about your finances. Things are going to turn around for you significantly when you take a look at this. We have the Five of Pentacles. That's financial losses. We have the Chariot here, Cancerian energy, Cardinal water energy, your Cardinal earth energy, and this is being pulled in two different directions, but getting victory and success over the situation. I have it here with the Page of Pentacles, so there's a little lesson you're learning about how to handle money. And then I have it here with the Ten of Cups, and here's that change coming in, that herald change with the Death card. Okay. That's going into your rebirth. That's the next pile. What intentions will I plant for the next year? So we're kind of tapping into the light at the end of the tunnel for you is wrapped up in your intentions. Okay? To make big dramatic changes. And the Empress is usually someone that's very financially well off. So there could be some sort of loss concerning, you know, a family dynamic, a stable one that you're taking a look at now that ended. Being pulled in two different directions. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like we tapped into your third pile already, but let's go ahead, put those back in the deck, and let's get your last messages. The rebirth. What intentions will you plant for the next year, for your new beginning? What intentions should Capricorn plant? What seeds do they need to plant for the next year? Moonology deck is this deck here. Okay. A time for healing. Yes. So your rebirth is a time for you to heal. You know, it looks to me like we could be dealing with some domestic issues in the home and some loss of income, employment as well. And it's time to heal this situation, heal your finances, heal this relationship with this Empress. Okay? It's time to give rather than receive. Someone here could have wound up pregnant. The Empress is usually pregnant, and we have growth here. So that belly is going to be showing. And you're going to need to give child support potentially. So if this was a oops accident, I don't know what to tell you, oops. Let's get some sacred symbols. Sacred symbols, please. The rebirth. What intentions do you need to plant for the coming year? So we have healing. And then what else do we have? Safe travels. So moving on towards that healing. Safe travels, being pulled in 2 different directions. You're safe. You're protected. Transformation at the bottom of the deck. Yes, it's in your protection. Didn't I just say that? You're protected. Safe travels. So a little bit of identity crisis is indicated here. For some of us, we're going to be changing who we are, and that's the truth. I've just pulled the truth card. Yes. Identity crisis, identity changes. I was picking up on that in the middle pile here when I saw the Aries energy, because Aries energy is the independent energy of you, who you are as a person, your identity. So you do have some difficult messages here that are requiring you to make a choice. You might have to relocate for employment as well. Safe travels, protection, and transformation. A time for healing. It looks like it's going to be a good choice. But we do have to deal with the darkness as well as the light here. So, final messages here from the True Emotional deck for Capricorn, as far as the seeds they should be planting in this season that we are in. Workplace affair. Your intentions will plant. What the heck? What the heck, Capricorn? You're setting intentions to start a workplace affair whenever you're having a problem with a sex addiction? What? Wow, Capricorn. Rejected? If you try and go do that, I think you're going to get rejected. Rejection is God's protection. Yeah, you need to stop and think for a second before you try to manifest workplace affairs. You're being pulled in 2 directions. Could be 2 people. But you have an Empress on the board. I don't know, y'all. These are the things that you need to think about. Okay, Capricorn, these are your messages. I can pull some Tarot. One more card from Tarot. Wow, guys, this is a difficult message. Don't really feel comfortable sharing it, to be honest. Don't want to make anybody mad. Messages for Capricorn to close their reading. These are the seeds that they're supposed to be planting, their intentions. All right, if you are going through transformation, and this is saying that perhaps you would have been tempted to have that workplace affair in the past, but because you chose healing and to move on, you are rejecting any workplace affairs. I like that better. I like that interpretation much better. You will be rejecting any kind of thing like that. I like that better. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I need your guidance in these readings because I told you I was... What? Plus, we're using so many different decks. They say so many different things. All right. The seed you need to plant in this next season is the Ace of Cups. This is looking at what true love is. We talked about sex is not love. You're manifesting, you're planting seeds for true love, real love. You're going to find out what love is. I'm hearing that song, I want to know what love is. Oh, and there's an Emperor. Now you're stepping up. Now you're stepping up. Oh, and this is the shadow work. So, okay. They're talking about shadow work. 3 of Wands. This is coming in over the next 3 days. They want you to slow down with the Knight of Pentacles, staring at the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles is loyal and takes a long time to get things done, but they're reliable, they work hard. But the Knight of Wands is that wand energy. It's not as grounded. So we're moving out of that Sagittarius energy of, you know, hot pants into a more grounded, stable position. Looking at past mistakes with the 7 of Pentacles, workplace affairs that have caused problems, emotional affairs I'm hearing as well. You will be getting victory and success over this with the 6 of Wands, but you are remembering the past, and you are remembering the illusions and the fantasies. 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the Hangman. Situations that got you stuck in conflict, internal conflict. Can be also arguments and disagreements between an Empress and an Emperor. We have an angry messages coming back and forth, drama, disputes, and then we have the Lovers here. Because someone was overindulgent, and we have the Ace of Wands. Yes, they were. Now you see the fact here is that we have the Hermit saying you need to see the wisdom here, because, you know, you could have a child here. Someone could be pregnant. We talked about that. Page of Cups. And we have the 7 of Swords, which is somebody doing something sneaky. And the Sun, this is going to, winter solstice, come out. It's going to be a Tower moment. And didn't I say something about child support? That's what that man's doing. He's giving child support. 6 of Pentacles. So, you know, that little thing, the 2 of Cups there, that's a soulmate, soul contract here that is going to put you at a crossroads. Okay, it's shrouded with deceit and illusion. And the 8 of Cups, that was the Moon card, Cancer energy. 8 of Cups saying it's time to walk away from this. Justice is being indicated here. This could do yourself justice and walk away now. Because this could end in legalities. With the 10 of Wands, putting a lot of extra burdens on your shoulders, and somebody here is already struggling with finances as it is. So whoever this is for. Okay, Capricorn, goodness me, I hope that was helpful. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our next zodiac sign, and that would be Aquarius. I'll be back. Aquarius, it's your turn. We're going to be doing your Sacred Pause Solstice Spread. 3 piles. The first pile is going to be the darkness. The second pile is going to be the light. And the third pile is going to be the rebirth, regeneration. So basically, the reason why we're doing this is because the sun and the moon are matching each other's energy right now. And this is the time of the year where we stop and we take a time of reflection and to look over the lessons that we've learned through 2025 and to set our intentions towards planting new seeds. But first we have to talk about the shadow stuff, the shadowy stuff, the darkness, what needs acknowledged or what needs to be released. So let's see, for Aquarius. All right, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. This is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Could be talking to the North Nodes as well. Okay, the darkness, what needs to be released? Your hard work is paying off. So maybe so much hard work. You don't have to work so much. All the efforts that you've been putting in doesn't require you to work so hard. Like you make it like it wants to come in effortlessly or something like that. Sacred symbols is our next oracle. What is Aquarius's darkness? What do we need to know? Workaholism. Yeah. For those of us, like you, that resonate with this. Or try so hard or something like that. This needs acknowledged or released. The shadow work. What is it for the Aquariuses? Healer. Wasn't that your energy in it? Huh. So you don't have to work so hard at being the healer? Now that's number 32. 32 could be how old you are, an important number to you. But I read in numerology, and that's a 5. And 5s mean change through conflict. So have you been fighting so hard to heal a situation that it's become something that you need to release? You got to release it to the Lord. You got to release it to the universe. You got to release it, you know. Interesting. True emotions. We are a fixed sign, so it's not about fixing what's broken right now. It's about planting seeds for the new. Trying too hard to heal a situation, to fix something. Aquarius, true emotion. What do you have for them? Talk to me about their shadow, please. What is it they need to release or acknowledge? Your true colors. Are you hiding who you truly are? Yeah, feeling like shit underneath that. So, mirroring. You need to release showing your true colors. You know, you can come off wanting something so much and so strong that you're actually stepping into your shadow by chasing. Interesting. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Ace of Wands is taking a passionate action towards a new opportunity, but they're saying that you're trying too hard. So release taking any action. Let it come to you. Let the opportunities come to you. Don't chase. That's what I'm picking up for you on that one. Those are shadows. What is the light? This is the inner spark or the potential, the hope for Aquarius. Pile 2. Let's talk about the light. For Aquarius, the sacred pause. Let's talk about the light. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. That's awesome. This is your hope. Got to believe in the impossible. So if you can't fix it, you know, you got to believe. You will when you believe. Hearing a Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey duet. I think it's called Believe, but you will when you believe. Let's see if I can remember the lyrics to that. Sacred symbols. Talk to me about the light for the Aquariuses. The potential. The hope. Growth. Capricorn got this energy too, so you could have Capricorn in your chart. You've got Capricorn here as well. Ace of Wands is fire energy, which is your opposite sign. You have a karmic path. Some things you've outgrown. Some things from your past karmic path. Saturn with the Capricorn here. Father Time. Okay, so don't chase it because you've outgrown whatever this is. You'll know what it is. Something that you've been wanting to heal or fix. And it has something to do with a new beginning, a passionate new start. But there's a shadow attached to it. So in your growth, you're being, you have the potential to grow here into something else, something different, something impossible. True emotions for the light. That is number 15, which reduces to a 6, which brings balance into your life. Capricorn energy as well. Okay. The light. Where is the spark or the potential? True emotions for Aquarius. Legal matters. Divorce, property, criminal, paternity, child support, or traffic tickets. Okay, well, this could have something to do with a legal matter or a divorce or child support or something like that. So this is the light. This is the hope. This is the spark that sets you on a new path. Okay. Legal matters. All right. Tarot for Aquarius. You can be quite the go-getter, Aquarius. A little bit of the rebel here, you know. Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. You will get victory and success over any of that if you're having any issues in those departments. Traffic tickets, child support, paternity, property, divorce, or criminal activities. You're hoping to get success over that. You will. Believe in the impossible. Any kind of legal matter. Next pile is going to be the rebirth. What is the seeds that Aquarius needs to plant for this rebirth to take place? This new beginning. What intentions will they need to a new start is coming. New moon. Perfect. Because that's your new beginning. So believe in the impossible. When you shed light on a situation, a new start comes. Hallelujah. Goody goody for you. A new start is coming. Those are the seeds you need to plant. Believing in the impossible. Let's get some psychic symbols. And yeah, they're saying that there's a shadow attached to a karmic path. It was just on the split cut, and we talked about that earlier. The new start is coming. What are the seeds that Aquarius needs to plant for the next year? Water. You could be traveling towards water or a water sign. You need to trust the process. Your psychic sensations are going off, your intuition, that this is going to bring in the change and transformation that you have desired. We're moving out of the stormy waters. You're being led by your guides to release a situation, and death to what you no longer wanted to see, what you were trying to blind yourself from not seeing the truth. I want you to stay focused. And then around the 4th of January, we have a full moon. I don't know what sign it is in right now. I can't remember, but you could have a new start coming. I don't know why that's important. I feel like I need to tell you that. The next full moon is important. That's about 2 weeks from now. Okay. Let's go ahead and get you some true emotions for the Aquariuses. Water can have to do with emotions or creativity. So a new emotional experience, something creative potentially, could be a child or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. The rebirth. What intentions will you need to plant? Happy single. Doing you, dating, stress-free, setting goals, and career focused. Okay. So this reading has been for the singles. Sorry if you are married or in a committed relationship. That's what they're saying this new start could look like. You know, you could be becoming single. I don't know. But it says happy single. That could just be independent. You are a very independent person anyway. You know, you're not chasing, remember? Your hard work is paying off. You're focused on career. Final messages, and I did not mean to shuffle this way. Now they're all upside down. I wasn't trying to take any reversals in this deck. Oopsie. This is the seeds that you need, the intentions that you need to plant. Here we go. Tarot. Two of Cups in the reverse. I guess there's a reason for that, because that's potentially, you know, a karmic soulmate that you're breaking up with. It's in the reverse and you're happy single. That's the advice. And we have that here with divorce. That's the seed you need to plant. A stress-free life. Not really a focus on dating, more of a focus on career. That's what I see, Aquarius. All right, good luck with this. We're moving on to Pisces next. Okay, Pisces, we're on to you. We're doing your Sacred Pause Solar Winter Solstice, excuse me if I could speak, reading. We're going to have two piles of cards on the deck, on the table here. The first pile is going to be, we're going to be talking about our shadow and our darkness. The middle pile is going to be our light and our hope. And the third pile is going to be the seeds that we need to be planting for this next phase of our life. So remember that the sun, this is the longest day of the shortest day and the longest night. There we go. I think I said that backwards. Well, where the sun starts to move forward again, so we need to start thinking about spring will be here before you know it. Be here within 90 days. So let's go ahead and get this popping. For the Pisces, your first spread is the darkness. What needs acknowledged and released for Pisces? Pisces, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Virgo energy has to do with your day jobs, your daily routines. How do you take care of your health, your pets, stuff like that. So you are good enough. So you feel like you're not good enough, whoever this reading is for. You are good enough. You just have to do with what you do for work. You might not feel like you're good enough in the position that you're in, or a good enough, housekeeper. I don't know. Sacred symbols. Let's get some additional messages on this darkness for Virgo. What needs acknowledged or released for Virgo? I'm so sorry. For Pisces, forgive me. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You're good enough for this person if you feel like you're not. Spiritual cleansing. That's a 5, which 5s in numerology are changed through conflict. This could have to do with your spirituality. Maybe someone made you not feel good enough as a child. Or just religions and religious systems that have put you down and made you feel not good enough. Religion is destructive. It can really do a lot of damage. So you need to release something to do with your spirituality. It needs to be cleansed. Something needs to change in that department. Maybe you're fighting it, some sort of internal conflict. True emotions. What does Pisces need to release? You might need to have a good cry with the spiritual cleansing there. Pisces, what is the darkness? What needs acknowledged? They say you need a spiritual cleansing. Somebody made you not feel good enough, that's why. It's not true. Legal matters, divorce or a property, criminal activities or fraternities, child support, traffic tickets, anything like legal matters. You might need to release a property from a divorce. You might need to release paternity, release some child support, release these legal matters, whatever they are, okay? That's becoming a shadow for you. Final card from Tarot. This is the Witch's Tarot. Talk to to me about the darkness for Pisces, please. King of Pentacles. Are you being a sugar daddy? Are you paying all the bills? And you might need to release a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. There is a Virgo here. This can also mean the sugar daddy, like taking all the financial responsibility. Your finances could have taken a hit if you went through a divorce or had some child support that came up. You'll know if it's your story, but it has to do with finances. We're an earth sign, masculine. I've got Virgo shown up here. Okay. Pile 2 is going to talk about the light, the sun. Ways you can honor this energy is to reflect and journal, set your intentions, prioritize rest, and connect with nature. Talk to me about Pisces and the light. Where is their inner spark or potential, their hope? What's going to give them the spark? My right ear is ringing, and that is masculine energy again, Pisces. They want us to embrace the feminine side in the winter time. That's what our messages was at the intro, if you listened to the intro for the collective. Surrender to the divine. They're right. So this is talking about that spiritual cleansing. You got to surrender to the divine. Release it to the Lord. You know. So if there's been a financial loss, you're going to have to just surrender that to divine. Can't fight it. Can't change it. All you can do is change your perspective and work on healing and restoring your identity to a healthy state. Show me the light where there is inner spark for Pisces. I said that January 4th full moon might be significant for you. Remember, that's a full moon. It might be an emotional time. Okay? You could be receiving news of legalities around then as well. Sorry, that was a really weird cut, and I just want to make sure I get the right message out here. Lucky. When you surrender to the divine, luck is going to come your way. You're going to be very lucky. That's number 47. And that's an 11, which is twin flame energy. Next year is the year of the fire horse. That reminds me of Sagittarius energy. They want you to focus on hoping that things are going to, you're going to get lucky in this situation. Yeah, like the outcome will be better than you think when you surrender to the divine, Pisces. True emotions. This is the True emotions deck. Where is the spark or the potential, the hope for our Pisces? One more shuffle. Okay. Family. Aww. Yeah, whatever the loss is that you need spiritual cleansing from, you do have family here to support you. You'll get lucky focusing on family and surrendering to the divine. So surrender to your family, surrender to the divine. You could, you know, if you got divorced, you could be meeting someone new. But they want you to focus on family. That's your hope. That's the potential. That's the spark for you, Pisces. All right, on to Tarot. What's the inner spark or the potential, the hope, the light for Pisces? That was a weird shuffle. One more, please. Thank you. Ooh, the Lovers. Yeah, so they want you to make a choice. Choices that are based off love. These are being divinely guided. There's an angel there. Extending out their hand, saying you are protected, you are safe, you are loved. This can indicate that twin flame I was telling you about two earlier, meeting the one. This could be the one, but it's making it's a card of decisions, and it's making decisions based off of love, the love for family, the love for God. You'll be very lucky. So I feel like, you know, if you've been going through some crap in the past, that's fixing to change. Now we got to plant some seeds to go, you know, the third pile is saying you got to set some sort of intention, plant some sort of seed for the coming year. I'm going to be doing a ritual at the end of this reading, and I'm going to write down all these short notes, and I'm going to burn them for you. I recommend that you take a pen and a paper and a journal, and you write down some keynotes based off of your sun, moon, and rising signs, and to put the picture together of the message for you. So here we go. We're planting new seeds. Prosperity lies ahead. Yes, yes, yes. That's Taurus energy right there. That indicates marriage, stability, success in your work. Prosperity lies ahead. That's the seed that you need to plant, is focusing on your prosperity. Because back here we had some trouble. This time we're making different decisions based off of love. You got family to support you and help you. So your intentions will be prosperity lies ahead. Okay? It lies ahead. That means that it's not here yet. But you're setting your intentions that it's coming. Okay? Sacred symbols. What's the rebirth here? This is the rebirth section for Pisces. Divinity, my goodness, Pisces. The universe is all over your reading. You will be divinely guided. There is a 2 here, which represents a choice, and this is the Lover's card, which is a choice. So yes, if you follow your divine guidance and you release this difficult situation that made you not feel good enough, Focus on family. The divinity is going to be blessing you. And there's that full moon again. January the 4th. Let me know if anything happens around that time for you. That's really going to set this into course. I'm just curious why I'm getting that for you. True emotions. This is the rebirth portion of your reading. True emotions. Whoa. Getting readings. They're suggesting that you get a reading done. That's the kind of seed you could plant. If you need to book a personal reading with me, my rates are in the description box below. I can do turnarounds pretty much the same day right now. Yeah, Pisces. Very well. That's the seed you need to plant. Work with your astrologer. Work with your tarot reader. Find someone you can trust. And final messages for Pisces using tarot as a tool for change and transformation. Also, you could be a tarot reader yourself as well. You know, you could be doing readings. Three of Cups. Goody, goody, goody. Got some new friends coming in. There's a reason to celebrate. By your birthday, I'm hearing. And that's coming up here in a couple of months. Yep. Yeah, so you got a new friends group. New, you know, family looks good. Friends look good. Might go and have some tarot and tea with a couple other friends. Do readings for each other even. I don't know. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of clues in there for you to help you attain this prosperity. The divinity is going to be guiding us. All right, Pisces, pretty good. I like it. We're moving on to Aries. Aries, it's your turn. We're going to be doing a reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Don't forget to check your Sun, Moon, Rising. Take notes. Some people will use the North Nodes. That's your destiny point, if you're up for it. And your Venus, if you want to know more about love. But definitely watch your Sun, your Rising, and your Moon, okay? We're going to be doing a reading called the Sacred Pause, and this is in honor of the solstice, which the daylights are just going to start getting longer beginning after this. So it is Capricorn season as well. We've just moved out of Sagittarius season. So the point of this here is for us to do some reflecting and some journaling, okay, some rituals and intention setting, and to embrace the yin energy of the feminine, to connect with nature, and to prioritize rest, okay? We're going to do 3 piles here. The first pile is going to be your areas that need improvement, so the darkness. And then the second pile is going to be the light, what you're hoping for, the spark and the potential. And the last one will be the rebirth. What do we need to do to set the course forward for you to manifest what you truly want, you know? It's a time of pause and reflection right now, and looking at any kind of lessons we had to learn over the past year, and cleaning up any areas where we just don't feel matched with energies of others. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get some Aries energy popping in here. Calling in Aries, hot stuff here. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge, the first spread. The first pile, I mean. You is it's going to make us take a look at our shadow. Okay? But it needs to be acknowledged so we can release it, right? So your shadow is, what do you need to release? What do you need to release? Do you not know what you need to release? Do you not think you have anything that you do need to release? It's a little cryptic because that's the question we asked. Your commitment is being tested. Figured we'd take 2 for you on that one. Something that's testing your limits, your commitment, your loyalty. What do you need to release? Do you need to release a commitment? Because you don't align with it anymore? Something you need to give a rest? Maybe, maybe not. It says you're being tested. And it's becoming a shadow for you. And you're wanting to release something that's bothering you, this test. But the test is there to get you to release something. Aries. So cryptic with the Aries. Let's get some of the sacred symbols and see what we can find out for you. What is it Aries needs to release? The darkness. Ooh, home. Home. That's you, boo. You are home. That's a 10. And in numerology that reduces to a 1. And Aries, you are in the zodiac signs, the first zodiac. So, and that deals with the energies of our identity, our independence, who we are as a person. So, something about yourself. Are you at home in your own skin? I'm going to include Chiron in Aries. I have a Chiron in Aries placement, and that kind of placement is a wound in your identity. So maybe that resonates for some of you people as well. True emotions. Let's get some messages. What's going on here? Is there something going on in your home, literally, though? Or a commitment you made to yourself or to a structure, a home situation? What needs acknowledged? Something in the home needs acknowledged, or something about your body, your home needs acknowledged. True colors. That's interesting. Pisces got that. Are you truly drawing your true colors? Or something pulling, is the test pulling out some colors that you don't really want to see? Maybe someone's going to show you their true colors, and you're going to have to make a decision whether or not you release them from your home even. There was police station underneath this card here, so I'll just mention it because I saw it. Talk to me about the darkness, what needs acknowledged and released from the tarot for Aries. The Fool. That's your energy. Well, that would mean that you're on a new path. So some of you guys are being tested to leave and start on a new journey. I can't say it's going to be the best because it's in the darkness. It needs to be released. And the Fool doesn't have any real wisdom. And even his dog is running away from jumping off a cliff and doing something foolish. is running the other direction. The look in this fool's eyes is like a little aloofy, a little whimsical. So something's testing you to make you want to just leave and start over again. Okay, it needs to be looked at. Moonology is going to be this deck here. We're working on the card pile number 2, which is the good stuff. The light, the hope, the spark. What's the spark for our Aries, please? You know, the Fool doesn't really have a home either. They're traveling. By the way, are you traveling? The good stuff. The good stuff is luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius, and that is the current energies that we're in right now. We have a full moon. Well, the moon's, I think, already moved into Capricorn, but we just had a new moon in Sagittarius. So we're moving out of that fiery, impulsive, adventurous energy into something more grounded, practical, and stable at this time. 11:11 on the clock. All right, you could have a Sagittarius on your side as well. Fellow fire sign. Next year, 2026, is the year of the fire horse, so it is predicted to be a pretty fast-moving energy when we hit around February, the end of February into March, around your birthday. Luck is on your side. There is a new moon in Sagittarius. I don't know when. I haven't looked up the moon cycles for 2026 yet, but I do know we are in that energy right now, so. Divine Feminine is here. Okay. Remember we said that we need to embrace the yin right now? Okay. I could be talking to a Divine Feminine or just a masculine who needs to rest and soften things up a little bit, because your masculine energy fire is masculine energy. The Capricorn energy that we're in for the solstice is feminine. So there's a 6 here, which is talking about bringing in balance. That is also Capricorn life path, Capricorn life path, Gemini as well. But anyway, this is the spark. It could be, you're meeting a Divine Feminine who's going to put a spark in your life again, giving you hope, potential. This is the potential for you. Is this Divine Feminine? True emotions. This is the good stuff here, please. The light portion for the true emotional deck. Family. Okay, Pisces pulled family too. So you got a strong indication of family here. Support from family. That will be a spark for you, and that will be a hope. There is potential for a family here if you don't have one. If you're looking for a home, there is potential here that you are going to find that. And let's finish this section here with some tarot. What's the good stuff? The light, the positive for Aries. Yeah, you got family to support you, whoever I'm talking to. Even if you are on a brand new journey and starting over, like you've made a decision to do that, it does look like family is here to help support you. Okay. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is an indication of passionate messages or fast forward movement and travel. So this could be coming in really quick. That is more Sagittarius energy. Okay, so divine messages from family coming in. Yeah. And they're going to bring a lot of hope for you. Have a lot of potential. Okay. Now the third pile is the rebirth. And these are the seeds that we need to plant for the new beginning that we're looking for. So, talk to me about the intentions that you will need to plant for this new beginning. Emotions are running high. The answers you seek are coming. Don't let pride get in your way. Gemini, Leo. So I feel like, you know, you have all of your fire signs here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I feel like you could be dealing with that, or at least situations that involve fire signs, like action. Then with Gemini here, we have that, like the Lover's card, needing to make a choice. And emotions are running high. So the seeds that you need to plant is to keep your emotions in check while you're waiting for the answers to come. And to steer far and clear away from any kind of pride. So, this is you speaking to yourself. I know the answers that I need, they are coming in 2025. I'm not going to let pride get in my way or my emotions get in the way of what I have coming towards me, because you have family, potentially a divine feminine, and a lot of luck on your side coming your way with passionate messages. Now, I feel like, I don't know why, I heard love bombing. There's some healing work over here I feel like you need to do in the shadow area, something that needs to be released. You know, I feel like some of you guys could have been love bombed and not really shown or respected properly or handled with care at times. I do. So let's get some more of the sacred symbols. This is the rebirth. And the answers you need, they are coming with the Eight of Wands. That's a lot of messages. Expect it. Expect lots of passionate messages. Getting the answers that you're looking for. That's the seed that you need to plant. And it has to do with family and being at home in your own skin. Okay, we have a full moon. Our next full moon is January the 4th, 2026. Pisces got this energy as well. So that's 2 weeks from now. So, you know, new moons is what we just went through with Sagittarius. The next full moon will be in Capricorn. Number 29 is here, and that in numerology is an 11, and I've been picking up on some twin flame energy as well. So you could be meeting your twin flame. If that's something that you're interested in, set your intentions towards it and keep your eyes open for around the beginning, first week of January. Okay? Somebody could be popping the question like, you know, that New Year's Eve little thing they like to do, asking you to marry them. You might be relocating as well. True emotions. Let's close out this reading with just a few more little true emotions. This is going to be the rebirth portion for Aries. Yeah. Legal matters. A lot of people are getting this. If you've been going through any kind of legal matters like divorce, child support issues, struggling over traffic tickets, any kind of property issues, they want you to set your intentions to get those wrapped up in as part of your purpose right now for the next year, the seeds that you're going to be planting. Because, like, again, we have the Fool here, so someone's really been testing you, and I think you're going to be releasing them. You might be going and staying with family or traveling towards family for a while. Try to keep your pride down. Your emotions are going to need gentle, loving care. The answers that you need, they are coming concerning this legal matter. Okay? Alrighty, that's what I see for you. Moving on to Taurus. Hey Taurus, so this is your turn. All placements, Taurus placements. Don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus and North Node if you'd like. I would take notes and journal. We're going to be doing a 3-card spread, 3 piles using 4 decks. The first pile is going to be focusing on the darkness, the shadow, what we need to release. The second one is going to be focusing on the light, what we're hoping for. And the third pile will be for the rebirth, okay? This is called the winter solstice spread. And this is our sacred pause, where we take time to reflect, journal, set new intentions, do any kind of little rituals, light a candle, embrace the more feminine side of life, of ourselves right now, and connect with nature. So let's go ahead, Taurus. This is for you. What's going on for the Tauruses? What do they need to release? What is it that needs to be acknowledged from Tauruses? Okay, this is getting cryptic. This is what Aries just got. What do you need to release? Now, that was the question. Emotions are running high. Something emotional. And then a personal issue reaches resolution, the Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancerian. Well, you know, Cancerians can be pretty emotional if you are dealing with a Cancerian. Let's get some sacred symbols. Talk to me about the darkness, what needs acknowledged, and what needs to be released. You know, really, yeah, you need to release an emotional person. I mean, you're an earth sign, you're not a water sign, you're pretty grounded. You know what I mean? What's going on here with you guys? Power. Ooh, you're going to have to release the power, and we have new life underneath that, okay? You have the power to release this person and go towards your new life, but it seems to me like the release hasn't happened yet. This person doesn't want to let go or something like that. That is 46. Number 46 might be significant. Then numerology, that reduces to a 1. 2026 is a life path 1. So you'll be taking your power back and dealing with this issue, I think, next year for sure. True emotions. What's the shadow here for Taurus? This can also have things that have to do with the right use of power. So if you're using your power to build up or tear down, because you can go either way, and it's in a shadow place, so wish in the reverse. You need to release what you thought you wanted, because what you wanted, what you thought you wanted, what you wished for, be thankful sometimes you don't get your wish. But this person wants something from you, and you're not going to give them what they want. They're not going to get their wish. They need to release you, or you need to release them. I could be talking to a cross watcher. This could be someone you're dealing with, or this is you. Plug yourself in wherever it fits. One more shuffle for Taurus using Tarot. What is it that Taurus needs to release? The Fool in the reverse. Feels like a false start. Yeah, with the Wish in the reverse, it's like you were fixing to start on a brand new journey, but it's in the reverse. It would be foolish for you to reconnect with this person. It's saying it's Aries energy also. They don't have a good self-esteem. They don't really know who they are, their identity. A little wishy-washy I'm hearing. Release that person. Second pile is the good stuff. Let's talk about the sun. Let's talk about the light. Let's talk about the spark. Let's talk about the hope. Let's go ahead and acknowledge this area here. What has the potential? What's carrying the potential for you? The good stuff here. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. So you have optimism, which is good. This is a spark. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius as well. You could have Sag in your chart. So you're really hoping that this person will see the bigger picture, or that you'll be able to stay focused. Don't let these emotions that are running high affect you. They want you to look at the bigger picture and get your spark back. This has potential. Look at the bigger picture. What has potential? I don't know. Whew. Sagittarius, I'm having like a heat wave come over me right now. I had that happen with Aries too when I was reading for Aries. You fire signs. Woof. Burning, I'm burning for you. La, 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 la. Trust. Look at the bigger picture. Trust. Number 16, which is a 7 in numerology. This is a lesson. And we are focusing back on life lessons is what we're kind of doing right now. And so the good thing here for you is that you've learned to recognize who you can trust and who you can't trust. You know, there was a lesson there with that individual. True emotions, the good stuff, please. It's sparked you to have trust again if you haven't had it. When you look at the bigger picture, you can trust the bigger picture. This person was just here to teach us something. Legal matters is coming up for freaking everybody. Legal matters. It says divorce, property, child support, traffic tickets, criminal activity, or paternity. Something legal is going to turn out for your good. You're going to have to trust this situation. And look at the bigger picture. Like maybe it could have been worse or something like that. Because over here, this person's not going to get their wish. They're acting foolish. False starts. Sacred pause, reflecting on the past year, processing lessons learned, and letting go of what no longer serves to your true self and identity. Alright, this is supposed to be the good stuff here. Perhaps a legal matter comes to a close, perhaps. Or setting your intentions towards that, right? This is what you got. This is the potential. It says it's potential. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. So this looks like that means reconciliation. But that's financial reconciliation. So if you're coming off any kind of monies because of a legal issue, it will be turning itself around. So have hope that it will. Look at the bigger picture and trust. Okay? It might be that you have to come off a little bit of something financially, but you'll be fine. It's like settling out a ticket instead of like spending days in court fighting it, or I don't know, like if you took a financial loss or something like that, it will be turning itself around. You just have to trust and look at the bigger picture. All right, we're moving on to the third pile, which is the rebirth. Intentions that you need to set for this rebirth, the new beginning. Can't make it up, Taurus. This is your energy. Prosperity lies ahead. So just keep your focused, keep your eye on the prize, keep, focusing on your recuperating your monies. You will. You're going to recuperate it. I told you it'll come back. It'll turn back around. If you have to give up a little bit of something now, don't worry. It'll come back to you. Set your intentions to that. Okay? It's not just like puff the magic dragon. I want to come over here and just poof it on your lap. No. You'll have to take some sort of action. All right, let's talk about the symbols, sacred symbols. What intentions that you need to plant for the next year? What intentions do you need to plant for the next year? Full moon. The full moon that we have is January the 4th. This just came out for Pisces and Aries, now you Taurus. So something is significant around that time, and that is a Capricorn full moon. It's going to have to do with your finances, your career, your public image, and things like that. So it is indicated that January looks like you'll be seeing some financial recuperations of some losses that you might have experienced here. Set your intentions. That's only 2 weeks from now. Can you manifest prosperity in 2 weeks? Write it down. The rebirth. What intentions do you need to plant? The true emotion deck. True colors. This came out for Pisces and Aries as well, but it came out in their challenging position. It's coming out as part of your seeds you need to plant, is that you need to be true to who you truly are. Show your true colors. They're radiant and people will be drawn to you. Okay? That means you have good true colors, not challenging true colors. You're good at what you do. Okay? Don't dim your light for anybody. Set your intentions. I'm not dimming my light. Let's close out your reading with Tarot, please. The rebirth. What intentions will you need to plant for the next coming year? For your next coming year. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, let's try that again. Thank you. You might have to try again. It might take a couple of times, but you're going to be fine. You're going to make it. So if you have to try more than once, set your intentions. I'll keep trying. The Magician in the reverse. The intentions I will plant for the coming year, the new beginning. The Empress in the reverse, the Temperance in the reverse. What the hell? The Sun. The King of Cups. Okay. I do feel like you're dealing with someone. I think you're dealing with someone. It could be a water sign. It doesn't have to be. There's Taurus listed here. There's Aries listed. There's Sagittarius here. There's Cancer here. Okay, we have the Magician in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, the Temperance in the reverse, and the King of Wands in the reverse. So your intentions are that you are not, absolutely 100% not dealing with this person. I feel like they are trying to take money from you. So you're like, nope, they're not going to get their wish. They're not going to get what they want. There is a divine feminine here. An Empress. We do have a very emotional person here with the Temperance in the reverse and the King of Wands in the reverse. A lack of passion. Sagittarius energy again. Gemini, Libra, Taurus. That's you, Taurus. You're not going to be manipulated anymore. And you're not going to give energy towards a manipulative person that hurts your feelings a lot. I have you in the upright here with the Sun and the King of Cups. So this is you focusing on your emotional stability, emotional maturity. Because that's your light. That's what you have going for you, is your high vibe, your empathy, your love, your care. And this person here that you're dealing with, you're setting your intentions that no, this could be a divorce. Ooh. You're going towards the sun. You're going towards the King of Cups, which is love, emotional maturity. That's where you need to set your intentions towards, because it seems like there's a lot of challenging things going on here. And what is the bigger picture? It says look at the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? The Lovers in the reverse, Justice in the upright, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. There's really nothing this person can really do to you. They might wish you ill, but they don't have any. Their Eight of Wands in the reverse is stuck energy with the Knight of Swords. Like their messages will be blocked. We could have with Justice here, and that's the legalities, a restraining order. And you're going to make some decisions that are not necessarily based off of all love and light. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of showing your true colors and a little bit of go fuck yourself with anybody that's trying to mess with your emotions. Sending, I'm hearing blasphemous messages. That's weird. Just gossip, lies. You know, you might need to get a restraining order. It looks like you could be dealing with a Gemini as well, or Gemini Cancer, because the Lovers is in the reverse, so that's like a divorce, an ex. It looks like an ex. So set your intentions to protect yourself legally against this person. You might need to protect your finances. Save any kind of screenshots, text messages. If you need to get a restraining order, you're going to need those. If somebody stole some money for you or property, shadow sides, yeah. Maybe they're holding on to you because they need something from you, or they just don't want to let you go. I don't know why. You'll know if this is your story. Wish you all the luck, though, with this. And stay positive, stay in your true colors, stay high vibing, and you might need to talk to an attorney. Bye. Hi, Gemini. It's your turn. This is going to be for all Gemini placements. I could be talking to a cross watcher. Don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus if you'd like, and North nodes. I like to keep notes and write them down, little key notes that come through in your reading, and journal them so it helps on the reflection part of taking in the messages Spirit has for us. We're going to be doing the Sacred Pause. This is your winter solstice spread. It's going to be 3 cards from 4 different decks. We're going to address the first row is going to be our shadow. The second row is going to be our light. The third row is going to be our transformation, our rebirth, okay? And so the solstice is a great time to do this because it's when the sun starts to move direct and we're getting closer to coming out of, you know, it's winter solstice, but it's the like one of the longest nights. So, and then the sun starts to spend more time with us after this. Let's go ahead and pull your messages for Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. This is going to be what you need to acknowledge or what needs to be released. Gemini, communication is key, and you pulled your own energy. Communication is key. You need to have a conversation with someone. Okay. You need to release some sort of form of communication as well. This needs acknowledged, is what they're saying. Okay. So they want us to acknowledge the way you communicate. Tell me more about the darkness of the Gemini, please. From the Sacred Symbols deck. Thank you. New life. Number 4. Are you not speaking positive to yourself about this next life? How do you talk to others about how you see the next year coming in? Do you see it as a new life, or do you see it in a negative light? Because there's a 4 here, which is, it's the 4th house, which is Cancer, home, hearth. Could be some conversations that need to be had about those areas. That is Divine Feminine with the Ankh here. That is an Ankh symbol. That does represent new life. Communication is key. You just need to talk to somebody about what what that new life looks like for you. Because there's something here that needs acknowledged. It needs some work. Or it needs to be given a rest or something. True emotions for Gemini. True emotions for Gemini. It says backstab, pain, cheating, deception, mind games, and love bombing. Now, I didn't want to say anything, but that was the first thing that came to my mind, because we kind of know Gemini's shadow is about, you are the higher mind, so you can be play a little mind games every now and then. It's the shadow side of a Gemini. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is an area that needs to be looked at. What kind of... Are you love bombing people? Are you cheating? Are you deceptive when you communicate with others? Do you backstab other people? This needs acknowledged. Let's get you some tarot. You don't want to bring that into your new life. Ooh, there's a lot of energy in that deck. Blink. We have the Fool. This showed up for Taurus, but it was in the reverse. It's in the upright for you. The Fool in its shadow side would just be making foolish decisions with not really having any wisdom, not using wisdom about where you go, starting new life in the Fool, with communication that is deceptive is indicated here. Starting a new cycle, but it's based, the shadow work needs to be acknowledged if you're going to go towards this new life. I have Saturn in Gemini. I feel very angry when I hear gossip. It really bothers me. And I had about 2 or 3 years ago a situation with 3 Gemini females who were gossiping about me and my significant other. And that ended that friendship with both of those, all of those ladies. I'm not going to have it. Talk to me about the good stuff for Geminis. This is your light. This is the spark, what you have, the potential that you carry, okay? You and your loved ones are safe. So, new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. You could be dealing with the Cancerian, or you could be one of those Gemini Cancer cuspers as well. Also, I see Aries here. You and your loved ones are safe, so you care a lot. You're very nurturing. That's motherly energy. Very nurturing, empathetic. Tough skin. The thing is that crabs jump homes. They'll jump, they'll molt. They'll shed their hard exoskeleton, and then they'll have a new skin underneath it. It's very crazy to watch. Have you ever watched a crab molt? And the hermit crabs, they actually just jump from one shell. They stay in, like vagabonds, they jump in empty shells that's been left on the bottom of the sea, or they'll hide in things. They don't have roots. They don't have their own shell. They have to go hide in other people's. You and your loved ones are safe. Okay. Gemini. Talk to me about your light. Stormy. This is your hope. This is your inspiration, is stormy. It's water energy. It's Scorpio energy. It's number 21, which reduces to a 3. It just seems like it takes a lot to bring you down. It's like you're a tough cookie, Gemini. The storms may come, but you're so able to navigate through these waters, these stormy waters, that it doesn't seem to affect you like it does other people. You know? So you got that going for you. Or you could have, you know, a Scorpio placement, or Scorpio, you know, because Scorpios are emotional creatures as well, but they are, you know, emotionally mature. Well, they grow into becoming emotionally mature as they age. It's hard to understand a lot of your emotions when you're growing up. This is the good stuff here, the light, the potential. So you know how to navigate through storms and disasters. Everybody's going to come out fine and safe if you're in charge. That's what they're showing me. Feelings. This is what you got going for you. Feelings. Well, you're in touch with your feelings. You might like flowers. You might like to work with horticultural. It's a good place for you to get grounded, working in nature. Ground your feelings, yeah. Spark. The light, the spark, the potential. The lovers, there you are. Gemini, making good decisions in love. Yeah. Being a good support system for other people when they're going through hard times and they're in their feelings. Yeah. You're a very caring person. You really are. So that's what you got going for you. Let's talk about the rebirth. What intentions do you need to plant for next year? What kind of new beginnings? You are very close to achieving your goals, Gemini. So keep focused on your goals, planting seeds towards your goals, because you're very close to achieving them, okay? It says close, very, very close. Okay. Rebirth, what intentions will you need to plant for the next coming year? Boundaries. An emotionally loving family is very important to you, and you're going to have to make sure that you protect it. You and your loved ones are safe, but there is storminess around you. The seed you need to do is just to have better boundaries, okay? Don't let anybody throw you off your game, your goals. That's number 26. Excuse me, which reduces to an 8. An 8. And life paths 8s are Leos and Aquariuses. It's also a very karmic number, number 8. Yeah. Extra boundaries. Set your intentions so that you're not getting distracted and you can finish your goals. Rebirth. What intentions will I plant for the coming year? New beginning. You're tired of people making you feel like shit. Now we got feelings here, and we got feeling like shit. When you say boundaries, when because it seems like, you know, what you got going for you is that you have really good sound advice and helping people make decisions based on the higher octave of love. But the intentions and the seeds that you need to plant is that you've got to have good mental boundaries as well. You don't want to become a trash can, is what I'm trying to say, taking on everybody else's emotions to where you start feeling like shit, okay? That's what I'm seeing for that. Stay away from people, places, and things that make you feel like shit, Gemini. That's the seed you need to plant. Final messages from Tarot. And the rebirth. What intentions will you need to plant? What's the new beginning? You're not going to feel good about setting healthy boundaries at first. You might feel like a shitty person when you have to do it, but don't let it bother you because it's necessary. 4 of Wands. This is your home. This is your marriage. This is, you know, you need to protect it. You and your loved ones are safe, you know, and the intentions that you need to set is, you know, your home is a place of a celebration of everything you've worked hard for. And you just need to have good boundaries in your home. You need better boundaries in your home. is what they're telling me, okay? That's the seed you need to plant. Or your marriage. Okay? Alright, moving on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer, I'm going to have to do a part 2 for the rest of the zodiac signs. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Because I'm at 2 hours already, and I don't know if I can upload that long of a video. So I will be doing the finishing off the ritual on the part 2. So I'll see you over there, Cancer, on part 2.